Yo, JD here, Tyrolemus, and as you can see by this video, without even having to look at the title, you'll be able to see in a minute with the game footage here. This is my first time using a wheel in an actual race, and hand on heart, this is my first time. I've had this wheel for a while now. I think my first video, I don't know how long ago that was, like 6 months or something ago, but I just haven't really used it that much because I've just been kind of, because of the game, I've just been kind of just scared really to just go off from the controller. And I've now got a new rig which I haven't actually set up yet, so I'm still in my old chair which moves backwards. I've been trying to put some pillows behind the wheel so it stops moving back. So we're almost hitting the AI there, so great AI. But I can't wait to get that set up, which should hopefully be tomorrow, because that will really help me a lot. And this video is just really showing you of just me on the wheel. I feel I'm not too bad on it considering the amount of time I've been on it. I played quite a lot of it when I first got the wheel, but with this chair and everything, that was the main reason. I just haven't really used it, and today I did a little bit of a practice before this and time trial a bit, but honestly I just haven't really done it much. But I feel my actual steering puts really good, and the braking's quite, even though I can't always go 100% on the brakes, it feels pretty good. But I feel like my smoothness and steering input is pretty good. And basically I just want you to watch this video, just tell me what you think of things I can improve on. Obviously if the rig that I'm getting, where I won't, whenever I go on the brakes I won't be moving anymore at all. I've still got the block in. I've got a G920 Logitech wheel, if anyone's asking, which I've still got the block in, but I've actually preferred with the block in because it's got a lot more resistance, so you really have to go downhill. So here's an example. You can see here it's quite hard to get to 100% because I'm having to push so hard, but I'm actually going back on my seat as I'm doing this at the same time. But I'm having a lot of fun with this, managing to catch the steering quite nicely as well, and I had a really good time with this. And I feel if I could really get used to it, then I think I could actually be faster than what I am on the controller. For next game, at the moment, I'm feeling really confident on the controller from playing a beta. It feels really good to me, and the pace I have compared to other people, I will most likely be staying with that competitively for the controller. But for career mode, I will definitely 100% be using the wheel, so that which will hopefully make me better at the wheel as well. Because I just want to, this is something I've always said to myself, I want to be almost as fast as what I can be, well, with the wheel than I am on the controller. And if I can get to pretty much on par on both, then that'll be absolutely amazing. So you can see here, go down the inside lane. So on the brakes, a little bit of trail braking there. These are the corners I really struggle with. These corners right here, this like the really slow speed corners where you have to use a lot of lock and then go on the throttle. I'm not sure how much lock. I think I'm just doing too much steering as I'm on the throttle. So I think that's what I'm struggling with. But in the high speed corners, I seem to be pretty confident in the high speed. It's just the really slow speed. So off this last corner and that hairpin are pretty difficult corners for me. But the first sector feels really nice. So go through here now. Should be 100% on the throttle, which we managed to do. So we started last in this race just to provide a little bit of entertainment to us. So come through here, managed to nail this quite nicely. Steering input, as I said, feels really good. I feel really confident with the steering input, but off these corners here, managed to get a good exit off that time, but most of the time I do struggle quite a bit. And just let me know what you guys thinking of just me on the wheel. As I said, hand on heart, I haven't really been using it at all since when I first got it. I played it a bit then, but in between, probably before today or yesterday, I did a little bit last week, I will admit, probably about like half an hour or so on time trial around Silverstone. But apart from that, this is my first race I've ever done with the AI, like properly done a race with them. I'm actually making pit stops and everything like that. This is the first time, but the further I was going on this race, the more confident I was getting each time. So you can see coming here, I struggle on the brakes coming here, and again, I can see it now, and I knew when I was driving, I'm just not carrying enough speed through that corner as what I would do on the controller. I'll be throwing in a lot more, carrying a lot more apex speed. Just feel like I'm just waiting for it to be straight before I'm actually going on the throttle, because if I'm going on the throttle as it's turning, then I just managed to catch it quite nicely there. Then I feel I can actually spin out, which I did do on some occasions when I did that time trial and stuff before. But you can see going purple at the moment, so the hard tyres working quite well, starting from last. In fourth, for quite a few people pitting them over on this corner. Imagine that, always nail this quite nicely. Get these two corners really nice. Come off here now. This is the hard corner where I struggle with. Just somehow managed to catch that. So I was pretty happy with that. Being able to just really feel the car, which I didn't really manage to do before. I managed to be fairly consistent. I've got my force feedback turned up to 100%, which I prefer. Managing to find the right wheel settings for me as we go into the pits. So yeah, my force feedback, if you go into force feedback settings, so the wheel weight, environmental feedback, and just the force feedback, every one of those is on 100. In terms of my actual wheel settings, I've got my brake saturation on 100% because I'm having to push it down so hard. When I get the new rig, then I could probably turn that down a little bit. It'll be a bit easier to brake. But everything else is on 0, so throttle saturation, linearity, steering linearity, throttle, everything else is on 0 apart from brake saturation, which is on 100%, because trust me, with this block, that's how it probably is in real life, and that's why I prefer it. I really do enjoy it, actually. Something I probably won't change. When I get more confident with the wheel and I feel I could actually be challenging like my pace I could do in the controller, then I may think about getting the Thrustmaster leather steering wheel, which everyone seems to be getting at the moment. I actually used that at Codemasters himself when I was testing the game this year, and it felt so nice. So I just want to really just master the basics first. But I feel like I'm picking it up quite well. As I said, going through the race, I was just getting more and more confident. And with more practice with the rim or the stand I've got, the rig I got, then I feel really good. And I could definitely say it's a lot more enjoyable to drive than the controller in this game. I kind of wish I did the wheel from the start on this game. That'd be good. But for 2017, as things stand at the moment, I've used the wheel on 2017 as well, and it does feel really good on there as well. It's just a completely different experience. I'm driving a controller. If you're good on both, then you know what I mean. But it's just such a different experience. You can't really compare the two at all. They're so different. The controller's got benefits. As we go down the inside of the manager, just navigate away through there, through Perez quite nicely. We should be able to get Butty and never straight again, catching the steering. DRS, rich mix. But yeah, they're both two completely different things. They're just completely different experiences, and the pad has its own benefits and the wheel has its own benefits, and they both have their drawbacks as well. So it's a completely different experience, but from playing this game for sure, it's definitely a lot more enjoyable because you just feel so connected to the car, and I could feel the vibrations in the wheel and everything, whereas on the controller you don't feel that through the thumbstick. You feel it through the triggers when you're braking and when you're on the throttle, but you do not feel it through the thumbstick at all, and you just feel really connected, feel much more planted to the roads. We'll go down inside and Massa, so another nice move, navigating through the traffic here, and yeah, it just managed to catch the slide again. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this, and if anyone's watching this, or anyone who's considers himself to be good at the wheel, any advice is appreciated at all. I think probably the main advice, if I could advise myself, is probably to just give myself more time, because I just literally only spent like 20 minutes practicing for this today. And I was really happy because I was expecting to just be spinning off everywhere and everything, but I chose this track because it's a good track, and I thought it would be quite a challenging track as well, with a mixture of high speed, low speed, and heavy braking at some points as well. I thought it would be quite a good challenge and entertaining to actually go from the back and see how far I could go against the AI, which is an ultimate as well. So just double checking that. But now we're going to move up to the back of Ricciardo. Love that corner. I love that. That feels so nice. Struggle a bit out up here. Definitely need to be a bit more throttle. But this is probably my bogey corner of the track. So you can see the brakes. No, it's quite slowly getting up to 100% because we're having to push so hard on the brakes. But I don't want to lock up or snatch a brake at this point. Struggling off the traction there. So that's definitely my braking and exit, or the entry and exit. I definitely struggle on that corner. But going through Spoon here, entry always seems really good. Slowing down because we're not going to try and overtake these guys here. Coming up here, I normally struggle a bit as well because you've got to do about half lock. If you catch that curb, that definitely does spin you out. But now we're in the rich mix now. With the faster tyres, we're on the soft tyres to the end of the race now. And I think the AI, so we'll go back off a little bit. let the AI do their things. Catching the grass, almost taking each other out. But I think we're going to go down the inside of Ricciardo, which we do. And we actually smash into bosses, but no damage somehow, which I can't believe. We got no damage, but probably a little bit of a harsh move. But we're going to try and get over Palmer. With shock, he's getting lapped again. And we're on to lap 11 as we're looking behind there. Don't think we'll be able to get Bottas here, because the AI seems to be quite slow through here, but we're just about trying the inside of him, and we managed to somehow actually get past him. I was pretty happy with that move, correcting the steering. And now we've got Raikkonen, who's in 3rd place ahead of us. And if we could get a podium from last for my first race using this, then I'd be really happy. Going through the chicane, which I really enjoy, with this corner, this I don't know why I made that noise, but I really struggle. The traction coming off there. Now I think I need to short shift a little bit more, just get the car a bit straighter, because I think I'm just using a bit too much lock. But I think this is my fastest lap of the race. A pretty good lap. It felt really nice. So coming through here, love this part of the circuit. I think I'm doing too much lock. I've been watching other people's footage on the wheel, and they don't use as much lock as me, because sometimes people don't understand. If you're carrying more speed, you don't have to use as much lock, because the car will just drag it around for you. It's only at slower speed, which is why you have to do so much lock. Coming over here, probably my best corner on this track using the wheel. Coming off here now, again, okay exit, not too bad going deep for the bridge. And now, let's see the brakes here. I think I lock up here, so 100% of the brakes, locking up first gear just to rotate the car. And see that a massive delay on the actual coming on the throttle here, so that's definitely a corner to work on. But I think in time, that will definitely be something that just naturally just happens. You can't expect to just be on the pace straight away. But in terms of my pace, I think, as we get a little bit of a warning there, I think my pace is generally about a second off per lap of what I'm doing on the controller. A second to second and a half, which I don't think is too bad at this point, because from what people tell me when they've actually used the wheel, if they've never really used it before, it definitely takes a good few months, or not a few months, but maybe like a month or 2 months to get on the pace. But I just want to hear what you guys think. Do you think this is a good effort for someone who's just not really used it at all? Obviously using the controller all the time. I just want to hear just your honest opinion, and obviously just any advice of where I can improve, where you can see my driving, if it's my braking, which I think will be sorted out. I think that's a problem that will be sorted out by itself when I actually set my rig, because then I'll be able to actually confidently apply maximum pressure without having to literally, if I brake too hard, then I will just move away from the pedals. My chair will just push me away from my pedals. So yeah, that's not really a good thing to have. But I think the throttle's okay, but I just need to be more confident on that. I think my best thing is just the steering, input steering accuracy, turning into corners. I think that's pretty good. Obviously, it can definitely get better, but I think as a starter, it's pretty good. But corners like this, see the throttle, I think we can definitely be a lot earlier. Just need to be a lot more confident in there. Trying to catch Raikkonen, because I really wanted to get this podium. But I've really enjoyed this race. I really definitely did enjoy it, because in this game, when I've used the controller in like races and even in league races, it's just not really that fun. It just gets a bit boring after a while. But in this, where you just feel so connected to the car, and I think Codemasters on the wheel in this game have definitely done a really good job. And it feels really good on 2017 as well for me. It feels the same, where you're just connected to the car and equally as competitive. So coming through here now, and I think this is a little blooper what we do at the end, so you'll be able to see us trying to be confident in this. So going more on throttle now, you can see, yeah, shock. So yeah, even on the wheel, we're still doing what we normally do on the controller as well. But I think we're going to probably do a cheeky flashback on that one as we're doing it now. Going into the chicane. Let's see if we can clip this apex, which we do quite nicely. Half on the curb and this. Now we're going to be cautious, and I'm not 100% as we almost lose it again. But we managed to come home in 4th place from 22nd on the grid. Pretty happy with that. So that is my first race I did fully on the wheel on this game, and I have to say I really definitely did enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Any advice, as I said a lot in this video, then please feel free to say anything you want to down below. And yeah, hopefully you did enjoy that, and there should be a lot more wheel footage to come with career mode in 2017, which I will try and do for more than one race this time. But hopefully you enjoy that. Thanks for the support as always, and I will catch you next time. Cheers.